Onions, potatoes, CWT, bulk weight. What's it all mean? Hey, don't worry. It's going to be okay. That's coming up today on this episode of FBTV. Hey, how you doing on this Monday morning? My name is Mike. I'm your host. This is FBTV, and today we're going to be talking about bulk weight loads. I always want to say buckwheat. That's why the okay. All right. Hey, before we get started, let's got some business to tend to. Got a free webinar coming up. It's free. If you want to attend, you can. You just have to register for it. Go to freightbrokertv.com. You'll see it. There's buttons everywhere to be able to register. Doing 3 of these webinars on January 30th. Going to be doing one at 11 a.m., 2 p.m., and again at 7. Register for the time that suits you best. There are only going to be 25 people allowed per webinar to attend. That's why the registration. Once registered, you'll get a little token, password, whatever it might be. So that will allow you to enter that specific webinar when it's time. Now, don't worry. We're not going to let you forget. You will get an email a day before and a couple of the day of, the morning of, I believe, and maybe 30 minutes before it starts. So you'll be reminded. Only need to register for one. Don't register for all 3. Okay. The simple reason is it's going to be same information, same topic in all 3, and that topic's going to be discussing the transportation industry, specifically freight brokering. You know, how to work as a freight broker, how to get started, what to expect to pay, plus the other issues you may want the answers to. Attend. It's free. Just get registered, Freight Broker TV, and that's coming up January 30th. All right. Today we're going to be talking about bulk weight loads. Bulk weight load is a load that is paid by weight. Depending on how much the truck loads is how much the truck is going to get paid. A common term you're going to hear when we're talking about bulk weight is CWT. You may have a customer one day, and well, let's talk about commodities. A lot of times it might be something like, I don't know, potatoes, onions, things like that. So the shipper, they say, yeah, we paid $2 CWT. Basically what that means, they're paying $2 per hundredweight. So if the truck loads 46,000 pounds, they put on 460 hundredweights. Okay, because there's 460 hundredweights to make up 46,000 pounds. So what the shipper's going to pay, they're going to be paying $2 times that 460, or they're paying 920 for that amount of weight. Now you got to be careful with the bulk weight loads. Don't ever assume that the truck is going to pick up 46, 47, 48,000 pounds, whatever it might be. No, don't ever assume that, because the driver may go in there and say, hey, I only put on 35,000, I only put on 40,000, but you've already promised the truck a total weight, or a rate rather. So you always want to make the rate you're paying the truck commensurate with what you're getting paid. Now, normally, the way you're going to pitch this as a broker is you're going to tell the truck, you're going to disclose all the information. The way I sell it to a truck is, it's paying $2 CWT minus 7%, or 8%, or 9%, or 10%, whatever your cut is. So that way the truck knows they're getting $2 minus your cut, and that's what they're going to be paid the balance. Okay, simple enough. Bulk weight loads, I'm not a big fan of them. Matter of fact, I've got a client or two that's been wanting to work them, but the problem is it's a refrigerated load, and that's crazy. Usually you can put them on dry vans, put them on flatbeds, but this time of year, the shipper wants the potatoes and onions or whatever to go on a reefer, not to keep them cold, but to keep them warm. You know, have that reefer turned up 40 degrees so that way whatever it is doesn't freeze. So you got to be real careful with that. It's been my experience, and this is just my experience. Somebody else out there may be making millions of bucks doing it. Hey, more power to you, but I never made a lot of money with bulk weight. And to be honest with you, I had a lot of trucks that would, we'll do it begrudgingly because there was nothing else available. And, I'd be following up with the truck and find out, they blew my load off to go pick up something else. Yeah, but that can happen with any load. If you're working bulk rate loads, hey, more power to you. Just watch your P's and Q's. Understand what you're doing. If you don't totally understand it, what you're doing, if you've got questions, always ask. Okay, don't ever assume. That's when you start getting into heavy duty trouble. Now, if you got questions though, if you want to ask us, we'd be happy to discuss that with you. Down below, if you're watching this on YouTube, in the comment area, ask. We'll be happy to answer it. You can email us direct at fbtv@freightbrokertv.com. Be happy to answer it as well. Want to talk a little bit before we go today about FBTV Insider. It's something new for 2020. If you haven't checked it out, go to freightbrokertv.com. There's a link there, right there, top of the page in the menu bar. It says FBTV Insider. If you're new to the transportation industry, maybe you're thinking about getting into the transportation industry, FBTV Insider is for you. You're going to get a lot of information from FBTV Insider. Maybe you're new to the industry. Maybe you're working, you've got a little bit of experience, but always use a little bit more. It's for you too. Check it out. It doesn't matter your experience level, new, really experienced, been in the industry for 100 years. It doesn't matter. Check it out. You might find something there that interests you. Now, it's a subscription, but it's not going to make or break anybody. $2.99 a month. If you want to pay it by the year, that's the way to go. Less than $25 a year. But check it out if you get a chance. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'd appreciate that. Our next goal is hitting that 1,000. What else? Podcast. I haven't subscribed to our podcast or heard them. We do podcasts every week. iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, TuneIn, whatever your favorite podcast app. Check it out. All right. That's going to wrap it up for this episode of FBTV. Have a good day, unless, of course, you've made other plans, and I don't know why you would. See ya.